Today I'm going to show you how to layer your synths kind of more practically in the mix. We're working on 3 synths and this is what it sounds like, the final product. So it's airy, at the same time it's got a bit of warmth in the bottom end, but not too much. It just gives you that sense of space and nice and controlled. So tight and airy is kind of the description I'd give it. So if we just quickly look in here, the first synth, we've just rolled it off, and every second and fourth bar there is a frequency that kicks in here quite loud, so I've just cut it out, simple enough. And then we've moved on to compression. It's kind of basic settings I use. The initial patch that you get with FabFilter Pro C looks kind of like this, so I've just dropped the ratio, up the attack slightly, and the release is all the way up. And the reason for that is you want the synth to kind of slowly fade out when it's stopped. So during a breakdown, you don't want suddenly the compression to just bring it back to the volume it used to be before the compression, because then you get an obvious raise in volume of all the decaying reverb and everything else that you've got on there. So you want it to be slow, and it just helps it blend. So that's that. And then after the compression, you can see a few frequencies just popping up because of the compression, so just rolled it off again, but not too much, so we've got a chance to edit it later. And the other 2 synths are quite simple. I've just rolled off, cut the 2 frequencies out here, and just shaped it slightly. Not shaped this one at all. And it's just to control those areas because I thought they've just kicked through a little bit too much, and I've kind of boosted other ones in the other EQ section, so that's where I've cut them. Now, there's no secret here. Don't just go cutting there and there because you've seen me do it. It's tailored to the track. It's how the bass line is sat, how the kick, the hats, everything, how it all sits together. And that is where it needed cutting to make it fit. It's no secret. You just play the track, you cut, you listen, you see what it sounds like. If it sounds good, you leave it, you come back to it in about 10 minutes with fresh ears, listen to it again. If it sounds right, you leave it. If it doesn't, you just sweep around until you get the sound that you want, cutting out the frequencies you don't want. And that is the secret. It's just using your own ears. It's how you hear the sound. So as you can see, that's just it for the synths, but they are linked here. They're routed to melodies, which is down here, which is a group channel, and then that's got a further 3 inserts on. So to start with, rolled some bass off and just tamed the highs a little bit. With the compression in FabFilter, I've used the mastering patch and I've used MS Parallel Glue, which just helps to gel the 3 synths together. And it raises the levels, like any compressor does anyway. It raises the levels of the reverb and the delay, which are kind of hanging around too low in the mix. Just boosts them and brings them up a little bit so it fills out the synth part. If we listen to that, as you can see, and it's been chosen to be around here, just these between 3000 kilohertz, sorry, and 75 hertz. It's where the synth main body kind of lies, and it's just controlling that section with the EQ. So if we just audition that, so you can hear the frequencies that it's actually working with. And the side and mid are just panned hard left, hard right, so hard to side and hard to mid. And if we just bypass that whilst it plays, you've lost that feeling, that airiness, and then you put it back on. It just brings everything together and it merges those 3 synthesizers together. And then just to finish that off, I've just rolled off the bass once more. Just look at all the basses added back in. If we just bypass that, there's just a bit too much low end on there. So rolled off. It's good practice because you don't want it mixing with bass. And that is it. That is how the synths are built. It's linked to a sidechain compressor there. So if we just go into the drum mix here and just put sidechain on, that's it. That's all there is. Instead of putting sidechains on each synth as you go through, just put it on the master channel. If you want the synths to all do the same thing, then just put it on the master group channel there. As you can see, I wanted to control them independently on the other channels for basses and things. So you do that independently, and it just saves CPU as well. But as you can see, it's full there. And that is it. That is how it sounds. And in context to the track, we'll just play everything, just unmute everything. We don't want that bass though. So you can see how it sits. Now if we just play that all together and we'll just bypass this channel here, bypass these few things. So it sits nicely in the mix still from what I've done, but there's nothing to say wow to the melody. So first of all, and then this is the main element here, which adds the airiness. And there you go, that is how it's mixed into the mix. And later on, when it's in full swing, it's all controlled, neat, but airy at the same time, and that is it.